Welcome to the Explainer. Look, today we're unpacking something absolutely wild happening in the AI space right now. We are literally breaking down the ultimate 2026 content playbook, and it's all centered around a massive new AI paradigm shift. If you follow tech, which I know you do, you already know things are shifting at breakneck speed. But the way we actually talk about it, the way we present these insane breakthroughs to an audience, well, that requires a very specific approach. So here is the ultimate question. How do you actually engineer a viral tech explainer in 2026? Okay, let's dive into this because we're going to give you the cheat codes today. We'll unpack KIMI's groundbreaking technical capabilities, but strictly through the lens of what actually makes audiences click. Here is our playbook for today. We're hitting the new AI underdog, the cost and capability shock, dominating the 2026 benchmarks, designing the perfect thumbnail, and finally, the ultimate viral formula. Let's get right to it. All right, section 1, the new AI underdog. In the content game, psychology is literally everything. Just look at this stark visual contrast. On one side, you've got Kimi positioned as the underdog. It's free, it's open source, and it is stepping into the ring as China's challenger. And then, on the other side, the established giants, ChatGPT and Claude. They're expensive and they're closed source. Visually pitting a highly capable free open model against these massive corporate walled gardens creates instant curiosity. It injects this layer of geopolitical intrigue and a classic David versus Goliath dynamic. People just naturally want someone to root for. Moving right along to section 2, the cost and capability shock. This right here is the core conflict driving massive engagement today. Now, to make a price shock actually work, you need undeniable credibility first. Enter 2.8 trillion. That is the jaw-dropping parameter count for KIMI K3. Just for some context, even KIMI K2.5 was operating with 1 trillion total parameters and 32 billion activated. So by hitting the viewer with this massive 2.8 trillion figure right out of the gate, we immediately establish KIMI as an absolute heavyweight. And we haven't even whispered a word about the cost yet. And honestly, it gets crazier. 1 million tokens. That is KIMI K3's context window. You can feed this thing entire books, massive, complex code bases, or years of dense financial data, all in a single prompt. It perfectly sets up our capability shock narrative, proving to the audience that this is absolutely not a toy. It's an enterprise-grade powerhouse. And that is exactly when you drop the hammer with a concrete, totally scroll-stopping price anchor. $3.24. Yep, that is what it costs to run a massive 600,000 token game development task using KIMI. When viewers see complex coding executed for less than the price of a cup of coffee, it triggers absolute disbelief. I mean, most developers spend more than that on a bad pastry at the local cafe. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this exact cost breakdown. This is your holy grail data point for content. Look at KIMI K3 knocking out that game dev task at $3.24. Now look at the baseline, Claude Fable 5, sitting way up there at $10.80. Even GPT's 5.6 Sol is right in the middle at $6. KIMI is literally delivering top-tier performance for roughly 35% of the cost of Claude Fable 5. It feels like a hack, a loophole that viewers feel they absolutely have to know about immediately. But here's the thing, you can't just talk about the price. You gotta show the work on camera. Real-world utility. Picture this, showing KIMI turning a simple screenshot of a UI design directly into working code, or demonstrating KIMI K2.5 spawning out these multiple, specialized agent swarms to handle crazy workflows. You highlight its top 2 status on RxBench for chemical literature, you show its precision in actually, scratch that, it's precision in high-stakes legal document review, or automating whole macroeconomic reports using over 300 tool calls. You show real-world utility, and you breathe life right into those abstract numbers. Okay, section 3, dominating the 2026 benchmarks. Now, this angle is perfectly tailored for the hardcore AI enthusiasts. Because KIMI isn't just competing, it is actively sweeping the board. It skyrocketed from number 18 to number 1 on the front-end code arena with 1,679 points. Number 1 on Spreadsheet Bench 2, beating Claude Fable 5. Number 2 overall on the Vals Index, blowing past GPT 5.6 Sol. And it hit 57 on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, literally pulling ahead of GPT 5.5. These aren't just arbitrary points. These wins make KIMI the first open model to beat all the closed-source models. That is a massive FOMO trigger right there. You do not want to miss this shift in the AI hierarchy.
Oh, and as a quick final technical spec to justify all this hype, 6.3x. KIMI is 6.3 times faster at decoding via delta attention. So yeah, it serves as your final proof. It's not just cheaper and smarter, it is significantly faster.
Let's transition to Section 4, designing the perfect thumbnail. Let's move to and see how this builds, because how do you actually package these shocking facts to go viral? Well, the data gives us a proven 3-step visual framework for 2026. First step, color psychology. You want red and yellow if you are highlighting price comparisons to scream urgency and massive savings. If you're focusing on benchmark domination, use purple and blue gradients to project tech authority. Second, text placement. Your shocking numbers, the 3.24 or the 2.8T, need to be in the absolute largest font. Use arrows to guide the viewer's eyes straight to the flex, and always slap on a little open source badge. It's a huge differentiator. Finally, expression. If your face is in the thumbnail, hit him with a shocked expression while holding a phone with KIMI's output, or do a calculating money saved gesture. Works like a charm.
And finally, Section 5, the ultimate viral formula.
When you bring all these pieces together, the data shows exactly what creators need to do to maximize reach in 2026. The absolute best bet right now is combining the cost and capability angles. We're in an era of skyrocketing API bills, right? So a title like, I replaced my $500 a month AI stack with a $50 one, paired with a thumbnail showing a direct receipt comparison, will vastly outperform a pure benchmark video. It solves a real painful problem for the viewer. And frankly, those skyrocketing bills are enough to make any developer cry. Or if you really want to lean heavily into the capability shock, try this formula. This AI read 500 pages and did what took me 2 weeks in 2 minutes. This is a brilliant example of how to leverage KIMI's massive 1 million token context window. See what we did there? You aren't just spitting out a spec, you're translating that spec into a staggering measure of saved human time. Which leaves us with the ultimate secondary angle to conclude our explainer. The open source narrative. KIMI K3's weights are planned for release, making it potentially the most powerful open model on the planet. Packaging this as the most powerful AI on Earth is about to become free is the ultimate FOMO trigger. The playbook is laid out for you. The tools are cheaper, they're faster, and they're open. So the only question left is, when the ultimate open source model drops, what are you going to build?